will not be tolerated.
This is Ken the Metal Professor, and if you've been listening to Mostly Metal for a little while, thanks for sticking around. It's now time for the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program. I went out this past weekend for delayed audio coverage of the event On the Ropes, put on by Backbreaker Wrestling in Griffith, Indiana, at the St. Mary Catholic Church Complex, Hildebrandt Hall. So you'll hear all of the action, not all of it, the highlights compressed down to, I think it's going to be about 45 minutes of audio until it's done. So sit back, relax, imagine you're in a big gymnasium watching a wrestling show, so that when you're listening to the crashing and banging, you can imagine something going on in the ring, and I will tell you what that is. This is Ken the Metal Professor, representing WVLP and the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program here at St. Mary Hildebrandt Hall in Griffith, Indiana. It's Saturday, August 26th, and I'm here for the latest Backbreaker Wrestling event called On the Ropes. The main feature for tonight, apart from 4 matches, there'll be a championship match, there'll be a tag team match, but there is a 20-person Battle Royal or Royal Rumble trademark sort of scenario. 4 people start in the ring. Another entrant shows up every 2 minutes, and the survivor is the winner, and will get a shot at Luis Rojas and his Backbreaker Wrestling Heavyweight Championship at the next event, which I believe is in October. Good weather on the drive here. The heat has broken. It's like 70 degrees. Feels great in here. I got a breeze coming in through the doorway. I'm down to 2 microphones because something is wacky with one of my cables, and there's a loud hiss when I have it turned on, so I probably shouldn't be using it because that'll be annoying. It's not the crowd noise. It's an actual electronic hiss, and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm not an electronics expert. I know how to plug things, part A goes into part B, and then things work supposedly, but when they don't work, I don't know what's going on. So hopefully it'll sound all right, and the action will be starting very soon. Immediately for you, maybe not so immediately for me. Here comes announcement of the first match. Valpo. And here comes Nick Diamond from Valpo to the ring. And here comes Chip Walker as Nick Diamond's opponent. Now, what the heck, Backbreaker Wrestling? Chip Walker is also from Valparaiso. Who am I supposed to root for? I mean, the crowd really doesn't like Nick Diamond, so I could go with them, I suppose. They love Chip Walker, so I could go with them on that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll see who wins and then say that's who I was rooting for. You can hear the sporadic roars of the crowd as Chip Walker goes around and hands out cans of root beer. In a different venue with an age limit for the crowd, he might be handing out something different, but it is what it is. Nick Diamond is not impressed, making the twirly finger around the ear motion. Okay, you know what? Chip Walker's his singlet is red and white, or I guess we could say cream and crimson. My wife and I both went to IU. The kids are at IU, so yep, we got to go with Chip Walker here, the manimal. And just when we think we are about to get our first lockup, Nick Diamond rolls through it, somersaults past Chip Walker. And now he's making that "I'm so smart," tapping his index finger to his forehead motion. Yeah, we'll see. Nick Diamond just followed up a smart thing with a dumb thing. He had Chip Walker straddled face outwards over the middle rope. You know, like somebody waiting to take the old 619 from Rey Mysterio. And Nick ran off the opposite ropes with a flying backsplash onto Chip Walker while he was strangled over the ropes, which bounced Walker back into the ring. But then when Nick Diamond went for the pinfall, he did it very, very sloppily, lackadaisically, just kind of draped himself over. So, of course, it didn't work. Diamond was just the recipient of 3 huge suplexes. Walker gave him some elevation up and over, basically making Diamond's head draw out the St. Louis Arch as he went up and over and down 3 times. Didn't get a pinfall out of it, though. That time he put him up in a fireman's carry takeover into a backdrop, and that was enough for the 3 count. So Nick Diamond, hook the leg. Maybe things would have been different in a couple of pinfalls there. Thomas Keith and King Bishop. Ugh. Thomas Keith is not committed to the fashion. He has on a nice sports coat blazer. If there's a difference between those 2 things, I don't know what it is. So from the back, he looks pretty classy, but other than the jacket, he's just got his wrestling gear on. Here comes his opponent, Mad Dog Matt Harvey. Mad Dog Matt Harvey brought a belt to the ring. It's actually near me. I might stand up to be sure which one it is because I couldn't hear the announcement clearly. I believe it might be the Legacy Championship of Backbreaker Wrestling. That crash was Thomas Keith landing on the mat from about 7 feet in the air. He started the match by, I believe, offering money for Matt Harvey to just lay down and be pinned. Harvey did lay down on the mat, and when Thomas Keith came down to try to pin him, Harvey grabbed him and rolled him up in a small package type of pin, but didn't quite get the job done. There's Thomas Keith landing on the mat again. Harvey's got him up, and a 3rd time. And now Harvey with the headbutts. Old junkyard dog style. That time the slam was Matt Harvey hitting the mat, while Thomas Keith had distracted the ref. Big elbow drop there by Thomas Keith. While Keith had been distracting the ref, King Bishop did a little chokey to Mad Dog Matt Harvey from the outside of the ring. I'm not sure why some guys haven't figured out yet that if an opponent is bringing King Bishop to ringside of all people, you should probably get somebody to back you up as well. But Mad Dog's out here all by his lonesome. There's a poke in the eyes from Thomas Keith to Matt Harvey and a knee to the side of the head. And now he's just punching him. That is not sportsmanlike. Unclench the hand, Mr. Keith. Keith had Harvey in a Cobra Clutch type of chokehold. And Harvey was kind of smart. He just ran forward into the ropes and put his head down. When he hit the ropes, his head went below. Thomas Keith's throat got caught on the top rope, and he springboarded back into the ring. A little stunned himself. Now Keith has gone outside the ring to go complain to King Bishop about his treatment. Now he's waving his hand like he's had enough of this and he's walking away. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had this totally backwards. I should probably edit and go put in a note at the start of the match. It wasn't Matt Harvey that brought the belt to the ring. It was Thomas Keith. And since the belt doesn't change hands, the belt doesn't change hands except for a pinfall. So by getting himself counted out, Keith secured his possession of the belt. So I'm pretty sure at some future event here, perhaps in October, Harvey might get another crack at it, perhaps with different stipulations. All right, Tag Team Championship match. As was made obvious by the last match, as was made clear at the start of the last match when I messed up who the title holder was. I missed the last Backbreaker show, and it's been a while, and I don't really remember who holds the belts other than Luis Rojas holding the heavyweight belt, and that's just because he's plastered his obnoxious face all over social media about it. Richie Rothschild and Joey Rancid, the tag team title holders. They came out through the curtain and didn't appreciate their reception, so they turned around and went back, and now they've tried it again. It's not any better this time, guys. They don't like you, and probably for good reason. Bad behavior. Here come the challengers. D&D Destruction, Diesel Troxy, and Nick Dallas. Diesel has checked the ref to make sure the ref doesn't have any foreign objects. He doesn't, so we're all safe. The title holders have finally lowered themselves to get in the ring with D&D Destruction. They look pretty repulsed by the whole situation, but, you know, that's what you get for being the champions. You need to wrestle people. The referee is trying to collect the belts. Joey Rancid is giving him a hard time about handing over his. And the title holders rub the belts lovingly as they're taken away. I think Joey Rancid just licked it, the one that he had. So hopefully that thing will get sanitized later. I think Diesel and Nick Dallas want to win these things. They certainly look more excited about being here. After a little back and forth with Diesel, Joey Rancid decided that was enough and tagged in his partner, Richie Rothschild, who just took off his shirt. Now he's locking up with Nick Dallas. I remember when Joey Rancid was just a young little prospect in the family over in ARW in Lake Station years ago. I think he learned his meanness from them. Dallas was brave to lock up with a topless Rothschild. But Richie backed him into the ropes, and so they had to break. And while Rothschild was jabbering with Joey, Nick Dallas did an arm drag takeover. And now he's tagged in Diesel, who comes off the opposite ropes and just barrels into Rothschild. And here comes Dallas with a knee to the gut. And now both of them at the same time, knocking Rothschild to the floor, and Rancid goes around to check on him. Rothschild was loopy and sat himself down in the corner facing into the ring, and he waved at Dallas with that come over here tough guy hand motion. So Dallas started approaching, and Rothschild grabbed him by the shirt, yanked him forward so his face met the second turnbuckle. And so a dazed Dallas was a bit confused for a couple of seconds, which let Rothschild go tag in Joey Rancid, who came in and was biting Nick Dallas. Slammed him a couple of times. Now he was biting him again. And now he's just slapping him on top of his bald head to humiliate him a little bit. Dallas has been getting beat on for a while. Richie Rothschild is not being subtle about things. He's just using his whole body as a cannonball. He actually did a cannonball into the corner onto Dallas and then yanked him out into the center of the ring and then did a backdrop onto him again. And now he's traded out for Joey Rancid. Now it's his turn to beat on Nick Dallas for a bit. Poor Diesel's been wanting to come in for a while now. Dallas just caught Rancid in a clothesline slam. I know there's a better name for that. When you catch the guy in a clothesline and then slam him down. Why can't I think of the name? It doesn't matter. Ooh, the answer we were looking for was Uranagi. Uranagi. Dallas has not quite made his way over yet for a tag. Diesel is really hoping for him to get there. He's getting closer. One tag, two tag. Both teams tag in. So now we got Diesel and Rothschild, and Rothschild wins the who's going to punch the other one first contest. Oh, and maybe he hit him with some brass knucks because the referee called for a disqualification. So it wasn't just a really good punch, it was brass knuckles, DQ, and then Joey Rancid got his turn using them as well. And so these titles will not change hands because of shenanigans. I think we need some rule changes in this sport. Now, if Backbreaker is true to form, this might be intermission time. But it could still be a minute because both of the members of D&D Destruction are still loopy and on their hands and knees in the ring. Brass knuckles will do that to you. I say this every time, and I probably say that I say it every time, but Backbreaker Wrestling starts at 6. Usually it's like 3 matches intermission, 3 more matches, and you're out of here at a very reasonable time. And it's one of the shorter drives home that I have when I go out to do coverage of these events. So that's pretty sweet. Today, the second half may only be 2 things because we'll have 1 more match at least. But then we've got the 20-man Royal Rumble sort of experience. Yep. Lynn Marie has called intermission time. Where are the snacks? You are listening to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP 103.1 LPFM in Valparaiso, Indiana. And Luis Rojas getting a nice warm reception as he comes to the ring with his heavyweight championship. And his opponent, whether he likes it or not, is Cade Lee. Now, he has not been in ring action much over the last several years, but he's kind of in charge of this whole mess. So if he wants a match, he gets a match. And Luis Rojas has been behaving badly. And so the boss said, you know what, I'm just going to handle this myself. Luis Rojas has come over to the announce table to mouth off at Lynn Marie. I don't know exactly what he's saying. Perhaps, do you really want me to do this to your husband? Now he's back in the ring, hands the title belt to the ref. Man, now there's a lot of stuff has to go on here. Now the ref is checking boots and hands and straps and tape to make sure there's nothing untowards being hidden in those places. There we go. It's like when you open up a George Martin book and there's like a 70-page prelude. The two are just jawing at each other in the ring. I don't understand what's being said, but whatever the audience caught from Cade Lee, they must have liked. And a little wiggly fingers into the lockup of hands, and instead of completing it with the other hand, Luis Rojas kicked out and struck one of the legs of Cade Lee. Now there's a proper lockup. The two have been outside of the ring for a while. They've gone around three sides, punching each other. There's a chop from Rojas to Lee. But Rojas is on the ball, so he's just kind of sliding headfirst into the ring for a couple of feet to break the count. And now the ref has to start the count over again. And now Cade Lee does the same thing. Actually, he wasn't going in to break the count. I think he was just trying to get in the ring, and Rojas just grabbed him by the ankles and pulled him back out. Okay, now they've gone all the way around. And Rojas finally rolls Cade Lee into the ring now that he has the upper hand. Drags him over. Just jumps forward and lands down on Cade Lee's arm and shoulder. Now stomps it. And now he's looking back over at the announce table again. Rojas had been working on Cade Lee's left arm and shoulder for quite a while, with punches and ramming it into the corner turnbuckles. But Lee finally managed to dodge a blow and come back with a big clothesline, which hurt his arm even more, but what are you going to do? He looks like he's trying to pop his own arm back into its socket. And Rojas rakes the eyes to even the score again. Is he biting the shoulder? Luis Rojas striking at Cade Lee's shoulder with an open palm. And now he's just back to punching it. His strategy is to take away Cade Lee's biggest weapon for a pinfall. And about the last thing he could do is he gave a headbutt right into Cade Lee's left shoulder, which hurt Cade Lee, but also made Luis Rojas a little loopy. Cade Lee is striking back with his right arm. I'm guessing he's a lefty, and that's why Rojas is going after the left arm. Cade Lee has Rojas in a sleeper hold. I haven't seen one of those for a while. Rojas is getting droopy. Down to one knee. One arm gets a little floppy. Ref checking the arm. One drop. Nope. Only got one drop. And with that arm, he reached up and raked Cade Lee's eyes to get out of the hold. And as Rojas rushed back over to attack Lee, Lee picked him up with a side body slam, but only got a 2 count. Allow me to interrupt for a second to remind you that you're listening to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program here on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. This is Mostly Metal's somewhat neurotic younger brother that crops up every month and a half or so here on WVLP. I missed the end of the match because Luis Rojas had Cade Lee down in an arm lock submission hold, a chicken wing. And there was a whole lot of the ref saying, no, he says no. And if you remember the last show I did, if anybody actually listened, from RCW, there was a lot of the ref says no, he doesn't give up. And I was commentating about that. So this time Rojas had Lee down, and when the ref was saying he says no, and I was just about to come back on and point that out, when actually Cade Lee said yes. So Luis Rojas punished that left arm enough of Cade Lee that eventually he succumbed to a chicken wing submission. Cade Lee, I think, was trying to make nice. He handed Rojas his belt, and Rojas just turned and left the ring. That's a pretty snooty thing to do. So Rojas still has that title, and if the 20-person battle royal sort of thing coming up is to determine the next contender, it's still going to be Rojas defending it. You know things are about to get serious when two referees come out from the back and head for the ring. But this is the big, lengthy main event. 4 people are going to start in the ring. Every 2 minutes, somebody else enters. Over-the-top elimination. 20 entrants altogether. The first 4 to start the match, who got out here kind of quickly. Thankfully, we're not listening to everybody's entrance theme, because with 20 people, that would take a while. The first 4 are Thomas Keith, Scott Powers, Joey Rancid, and Dick Davis. Each got their own moment to come out through the curtain, but we're not having to go through the music and the parading around and all that stuff. This is efficiency. This is an over-the-top elimination every 2 minutes. Somebody else will get sent to the ring, and it will end after 20 people have come in and 19 have been thrown out over the top rope. We've got Scott Powers beating up on Joey Rancid and Dick Davis stomping on Thomas Keith to get things underway. There's a nice little tick-tock countdown, not too obnoxious. Entrant number 5. I didn't hear his name. I don't recognize him. He's very silly. He's got like the old-timey Art Carney hat, some glasses, white tape on his nose, and just, wearing Dockers. Trips and falls into the ring. Yeah, he's silly. Scott Powers got Joey Rancid up and over the top rope, but he's only on the apron, not to the floor, so he's not eliminated yet. Silly Man has taken over, beating on Joey Rancid, who is draped over the apron towards the floor, but has one leg wrapped around the rope. Here comes entrance 6. I'm going to lose count at some point. Here comes Mad Dog Matt Harvey again. He is all rested up, and he goes right after Thomas Keith after their shenanigans from the first half of the show. He's not interested in winning the match right now. He just wants to punch on Thomas Keith. And he's doing a good job of it. Still no eliminations. 6 people in the ring. And Dick Davis is just mad at everybody. He hasn't broken a smile since he got out here. Now he's getting chopped and slapped and elbowed by the silly guy. He isn't quite as silly now when he's inflicting pain. But Davis turns it around and slams his head in the turnbuckle. Got another countdown coming. Oh, and there goes Thomas Keith over the top, courtesy of Matt Harvey. He is gone. Oh, and then Matt Harvey jumped out over the top rope onto Thomas Keith, eliminating himself. That was a choice, I guess. Here comes Cujo. Cujo pounded everybody except Dick Davis to make sure that Dick Davis was the only one left on his feet so he could have the whole ring to themselves. But Davis had Cujo up on his shoulders. Cujo slipped off and gave Davis a clothesline. So Cujo is the only one standing right now. Cujo is doing a little homage to Bray Wyatt with the go into the corner, tip yourself over backwards, belly up so you can see behind you. And then the Sister Abigail to Dick Davis. So it doesn't eliminate Dick Davis, but he's just kind of laying there now. Who's next? Tiger Mask guy. Maybe when I get back and can listen through my headphones to the audio I got in a quiet room, I can make more sense out of the names. You are listening to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. No eliminations in the last couple of minutes. Did I hear Gene Vick as the name? I'm not sure. I don't recognize him. Angry Dick Davis ripped off his shirt when he was angrily going after Cujo. Now he's slugging Tiger Mask guy. Something has made Dick Davis angry recently, and he's got a lot to work out, it seems. Still no more eliminations. A couple of close ones. Everybody seems to want Joey Rancid out of there. But maybe that's because he's skinny and can be tossed around easily. Oh, somebody else whose name I didn't get. I do recognize him, though. A newer guy that I've seen at ACW once down at one of their school fundraiser events. Last year. I had to step aside for a minute. You can draw your own conclusions as to why. A flurry of activity as I was coming back to my desk. Cujo was eliminated. Richie Rothschild entered. Cujo waited outside the ring for a little bit. Silly guy got eliminated. Cujo started pounding on him, and they fought to the back. Looks like Scott Powers just got eliminated, along with Tiger Mask guy. And new guy from ACW who came all this way to be in there for like 2.5 minutes. He's gone. So we're down to Rothschild, Rancid, Dick Davis, and the one who I thought was introduced as Gene Vick, perhaps? He's a tall and heavy dude. I'm assuming he's brand new. He's got an old school wrestler look about him, so hopefully he'll get some action again. Who's next? The flawless one, Dave Allen. He is ready to kick some people in the face. Okay, here's a mystery masked man came to the ring. I don't know who he is. I think the sound system is a little bit different here than before. Usually there is a large speaker up at the announce desk. And I think now the sound is getting piped in through some speakers up on the walls, but I don't have one over me or directed at me, so it's kind of hard to hear the announcements. The masked guy that just came in with the red t-shirt and black pants, as he's walking around, he has a very familiar gait to him, but I don't know who it is. He is working on new guy, Gene, guy I've been calling Gene. Basically punching him in the head. Poor Gene. Dick Davis has the masked guy and gives him a neck breaker on the top rope. Davis is on the outside of the ropes, though, as he did that. Rothschild is working on Davis, trying to get him to the floor, but Davis comes over the top rope in a sunset flip. Doesn't quite complete it, and Rothschild just dropped all of his weight down onto Davis's chest. Gabe the Brave, yay, somebody I know. Came in the ring in the corner, and he was looking around like, all right, who have I got? And Richie Rothschild just put up his hands and said, not me, dude. Rothschild is just in the corner facing outside, telling the crowd to shush. He doesn't want to draw attention to himself. But now Masked Guy and Gabe have both noticed. I think Dick Davis might be the only one of the original four still in the ring. There's somebody in one of the front rows who keeps standing up yelling at the guy in the mask. So somebody knows who he is. New entrant coming in. As I mentioned before, I lost count. Toby somebody. He looks like he's about 12. He's very skinny, but he's got boots and shorts. And his first move is to chop at the masked guy. So I haven't seen this person I thought I heard is Toby before, but he came in the ring like a champ and picked the wrong target because he just got planted and kicked in the head. So the guy in the red t-shirt and mask ended up on the floor, and the person who's been yelling at him stood up and cheered like, get out of here, you lost. Then he turned around and said, I didn't go over the top rope, you idiot. And then Dave Allen came outside the ropes and chopped him. Oh, and poor little Toby just got a giant Gabe the Brave thrown on top of him by Dave Allen. And now Gabe is dragging Toby's carcass into the corner for some knee strikes to the forehead. And now he says that Dave Allen, he's all yours. Dick Davis just gave Toby Guy a tilt-a-whirl slam. The new entrant, I don't recognize him, but he's gone in there like a Tasmanian devil. Kicked somebody. Oh, is that that's Kevin, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten his last name. He and Dick Davis approached each other and went for a bro hug, but Kevin turned it into a ear clap chop. Oh, Toby just eliminated somebody. He was pretty happy about it. And while he was celebrating, Richie threw him over the top rope. Kevin Graves. Ha! I remembered the name. And, oh. The new guy who might have been Gene, he got thrown out over the top rope. But he had a very awkward encounter with the lower rope on the way out. He's all right, though. Way to take it like a champ, my bro. Yeah, he didn't. He went out over the top rope and kind of flipped around. Instead of clearing his way over the apron, his head came up and his neck actually bounced under the lower rope. Which isn't a trivial thing. Those ropes, they can do bad things if you're not expecting. I didn't recognize Kevin Graves because he has long hair now. Okay, most of the mystery people that have come in so far have been, let's just say, not the best physical specimens. Whoever this is that just came in. Oh, it's Matt Duar. Yeah, he's built. He's going after Gabe the Brave. You know how I know it's Matt Duar? Because he has Duar on his tights. More people need to put their name on their tights, like Matt Duar and Dave Allen, who has his name printed very prominently with a circle around it like a real estate agent would do. Oh, Richie Rothschild has been eliminated. That's too bad. And Nick Diamond is back out. Let's see who's going to pick on. He's going after Dave Allen. Kevin Graves was tied up in the top two ropes from fighting with other people, but he was just kind of hanging there, so Diamond took advantage and kicked him right in the chest, but it didn't knock him outside to the floor. Gabe just hit Matt Duar with a giant cannonball. I mean, geez, Nick Diamond, you come to a ring full of people and Dave Allen is the first one you go at? My goodness. Oh, Matt Duar with a low blow to Gabe the Brave. Here comes Chip Walker. Oh, he's a bundle of energy after his earlier match. How many people is he going to clear out? Ooh. He's gone after Dave Allen, Nick Diamond, Matt Duar. He's still spinning around. You know, root beer is usually caffeine free, so I don't know what he's been drinking in the back to charge him up like this. He is slamming people and suplexing people. Oh, he's finally calmed down a little bit. Dick Davis and Kevin Graves have just been having their own little battle in the corner, but now Walker has Kevin Graves. Takes him up and over in a gut wrench suplex. I'm going to have to get better at learning all my suplexes when Chip Walker is around, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't a gut wrench suplex, but you guys don't know because you weren't watching. We've got to be getting close to the end of the entrance here. We're at more than 10, but less than 21. Oh, Brentley Alexander Dawson. He changed his colors from the green and black and white golf vest to light blue and black and white. That looks kind of nice there. And Chip Walker greets him right away with an attempted suplex. It doesn't work, and oh! Brentley reverses it and sends Chip Walker up and over. Nick Diamond went for a cannonball on Dawson in the corner, but Dawson ducked out of the way. Holy cow. Dave Allen just flung Nick Diamond out like a sack of laundry. So now we got Dick Davis, Matt Duar, Dave Allen, and Brentley Alexander Dawson. Okay, I'm going to take back what I said when I complimented Dawson's color coordination, because he's got one shade of blue on his vest, a totally different shade of blue on his in his trunks, and he's got orange knee pads to go with those things. I mean, yuck. Dick Davis had Dawson in the corner and pulled Dawson's shirt up and over his own head, so he was kind of caught up for a moment and gave him a nipple twister. And Dawson's response was to come back out, take off his shirt, and strangle Davis with it, so I guess fair is fair. We still got Dave Allen, Dawson, Brentley Alexander Dawson, Matt Duar, and Dick Davis. Dick Davis is the marathon man. He's been in since the original floor. It could be that Davis, or Dawson, I mean, was number 20, because it's probably been more than 2 minutes since he came in. Davis, geez. There's Dick Davis and Dave Allen, and now those names are mushing together. Dave Allen had Dawson up and over the top ropes onto the apron, but he didn't make it all the way to the floor, and now he's come back in. Duar is pounding on Dick Davis. Duar has Davis up in a fireman's carry. He dumped him over the top rope. Davis landed on his feet on the apron, and then Dawson came over and just dove through at him, knocked him to the floor. Duar then sent Dawson to the floor, and then he thought he had thrown Dave Allen thought he had thrown Duar to the floor, but Duar rescued himself and came back in. So now we're down to Matt Duar and Dave Allen. $18 gone, 2 remain. Duar is on the outside of the ropes in the corner. Allen is on the inside. Duar, they're punching at each other. Duar just drooped like he was going to fall over, but he didn't. He's still outside the ropes, and with a big boot to the face, Dave Allen knocks Matt Duar to the floor. And Dave Allen is the winner of this 20-man extravaganza. He will be challenging Luis Rojas for the Backbreaker Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Luis Rojas is slowly pacing out from the curtain to the ring. I don't think Dave Allen is the person that Luis Rojas wanted to win this thing. If he had to pick one, it probably would have been the new guy that was really, really skinny. I've forgotten his name by now. Dave Allen, Luis Rojas has gotten in the ring with Dave Allen. A little standoff going on here. Yeah, I'm looking at the timing on this. This particular Nwiwrap might end up going over an hour once it's edited down. Rojas is pretending to offer a hand. Allen knew better and gives him a stunner. And there you go. That's it for On the Ropes Backbreaker Wrestling here in Griffith, Indiana. I'm Ken the Metal Professor. This is the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program. Thanks for listening to the fun. WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. So I'm sitting in Griffith. This is being broadcast from Valparaiso.